Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking our newly renovated camper van down the Icefields Parkway or Highway 93.
This highway runs all the way from Lake Louise to Jasper and is definitely one of the most scenic highways in Canada.
It is very popular to drive this highway in the summer. There's a lot of campgrounds open and a lot of beautiful turquoise lakes, but it's also got a lot of really beautiful stops in the winter. So today we are going to be stopping off at as many of those as we can, and we will show you around. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm David.
We run a travel and adventure blog called Made to Travel. We are passionate about activities that get you outside and off the beaten path. So let's get rolling.
If you're starting in the south, Lake Louise is definitely the first stop that you want to make. There's tons to do there. They have a skating rink, they have an ice castle. There's also Moraine Lake that's closed in the winter, but in the summertime it is absolutely stunning. We've been there a lot, so we're not including it on this trip, but it would definitely be a good start for you.
This trip in the summertime, we would definitely be stopping off at Hector Lake, Peyto Lake, Bow Lake, Waterfowl Lake. There's some really beautiful lakes along the first part of the drive. Obviously in the winter they're covered in snow, still beautiful, but not really on the top of our priority list right now. A really cool first stop, if you're up for a little bit of a detour, is Abraham Lake. So you're going to turn at the Saskatchewan River crossing, and it's only about 25 to 30 minutes to the lake. And this is that lake that is famous in Alberta for having all of the frozen bubbles from the methane gas. You can kind of park, walk around and explore. You can even skate on this lake.
The next stop is the Weeping Wall. Not so cool in the summertime, but very cool in the wintertime. And actually, last night we drove by it and there was someone climbing it, which was really neat to see. They had their headlamp on. It was, crazy. There are small pores in the wall where water can run off. And in the summertime, it looks like just kind of a wet wall. But in the wintertime, it looks like a huge ice waterfall has formed on the side. And it is very, very neat.
Next up is Panther Falls, and this is actually one of our favorite stops along this highway. It's about a 2-kilometer hike down to the falls, but when they are frozen in the winter, it's incredible. You can walk right up to them, you can go behind the falls. Some of the ice formations there are crazy, so definitely would recommend hitting up Panther Falls. One thing to note is that there's a bunch of kind of trail heads in the winter that go from the parking lot. You're going to want to find the one farthest right, and that will be the safest route down to the falls.
The Athabasca Glacier is our next stop. We're really excited about this because in the winter ice caves can actually sometimes form, and we're really hoping that we can find it because it tends to move from year to year. So we're really excited about that. Athabasca Glacier is, I think, the largest glacier along this highway and definitely the most visible from the highway. There's some beautiful lookouts. There's hiking trails that go up to the glacier, and there's also cat tours that will take you in a bus with big tracks all the way up onto the glacier in the wintertime. So that's pretty cool as well.
Just finished our glacier walk. Pretty windy, pretty low visibility. We actually passed it yesterday and we were like, oh, should we do it? Yeah, it looks really crappy. Let's do it tomorrow. Pretty much the same day, but we thought we should give it a shot. It was all right.
A little windy, but not bad.
It's pretty cool. Like, there's all these signs that say like the glacier was here. I think the first one is like 1890 in the parking lot. You can see how it's receded. It's probably over a kilometer that it's gone back, but that's kind of neat. There's like a hut there. We did look for the ice caves and we kind of think that we might have found the entrance, but it really didn't seem safe to us. So I guess that's one thing that is maybe good to be talking about, because I think on Instagram and online you see all these photos of these people doing these cool things, and a lot of people will just kind of go ahead and think that if somebody else did it, it must be safe to do. But I think it's really important to be able to look at a situation and be like, hey, you know, there's a lot of snow built up on there, or whatever, avalanche danger, whatever it is, we're not going to do it and we're okay with that. So apparently there are ice caves here. Oh, there's some boats on the road. It's very common to see wildlife on the road along here, but anyways, apparently there are ice caves there. We think it would be very cool to do, but please be safe if you're going to attempt it. Next up is Tangle Creek Falls. So this frozen waterfall is actually just off the highway, which is nice. You can park, you have to cross the highway to get to the falls, but definitely make sure to bring crampons or something like that because you are definitely going to want them. I forgot mine in the vehicle. It was
sliding all over the place.
Slip sliding all over the place, seriously. So make sure to bring those, but you can actually like go up and walk right beside the frozen waterfall, which is pretty cool.
Making our way closer to Jasper, Sunwapta Falls is another beautiful set of falls. There's an upper and a lower set. The upper set is located just off the parking lot, and then the lower set is just over a kilometer downstream.
Good way to stretch the legs and get outside for a little while. Our last stop before getting to Jasper on this beautiful highway was Athabasca Falls. So another frozen falls. These ones are really cool. There's a bunch of different bridges you can take a look from different levels. We also saw some footprints at the bottom. Not sure if you're really allowed to go down there, but some people were. And we actually cross-country skied from Athabasca Falls to Leech Lake, which was a really cool ski. It's intermediate, I think. If you're into cross-country skiing, the tracks are set, and Leech Lake is really pretty, and that was kind of a nice activity to do too on this drive. So if you're into cross-country skiing, we would highly recommend it. It just leads from the parking lot at Athabasca Falls.
There's also a snowshoe trail that leads from the falls and does kind of a nice little loop if you like snowshoeing more. Along this highway, there are plenty of viewpoints and pullouts to stop and take photos. We've definitely stopped at more than a few along the way. Definitely worth your while.
So it only takes about 3 hours to make the drive from Lake Louise to Jasper, but we would definitely recommend at least 2 full days, hey? Like maybe even more.
So many stops to do, so much to see. You definitely need the time.
Yeah. In the summer, there's a bunch of campgrounds along this road, but unfortunately in the winter, they are all closed, at least right now. So Lake Louise has a winter campground.
Yeah, you can also camp in the overflow parking for the bus that goes up to Lake Louise Lake itself. And then there's a campground in Jasper. It's currently closed right now due to construction, but usually it is open all winter long, all year long. So.
And then another thing that you can do, if you do decide to detour over to Abraham Lake, there's wild camping there. So as soon as you get out of the park, you can camp at any roadside pull-off or service area, which is another good option kind of halfway up the parkway.
There's a gas station in Lake Louise, there's a gas station in Jasper. Usually there's a gas station halfway, at the halfway point where the turnoff is to Abraham Lake, but that's currently closed right now, and I think it might be closed in the winter time.
Yeah, I think it's only open in the summer. So make sure to fill up before you hit the parkway.
Same thing with food. Make sure you have some meals planned because there are no restaurants or places to stop to get food. There's a ton of winter activities to do in Jasper. There's downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, so many things to do in Jasper. It's one of our favorite places to go in the winter, and we will link a video below for you to check out. If you want to comment below your favorite stop along the Icefields Parkway, we would love to hear it.
Don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to our channel. We have new videos coming out every week, and we will see you in the next one.